What is up, YouTube? Back again with another video. In this video we're going to be going over my chest workout and what I do to achieve a great chest. So in this video I start off with bench press. This is my third set so far. I aim to do very few sets normally. As you can see, I'm doing with 75 kilos and for 10 reps. My goal was to reach muscular failure. As you can see, I'm completely gassed after that set. After this exercise we have incline dumbbell press for the upper chest. So the previous exercise was more for the whole chest. This exercise, same principle, slow and control, making sure we're locking out each rep and making sure we control the descent, the eccentric, and we make sure that we're doing it properly with no form breakdown. The basic goal of my training is to make sure I have as much muscular hypertrophy as possible, so muscular growth as possible. This is one of my two push days. In this push day I start off with the bench press, so this is push A, and in my second workout, which I'll show you guys later in another video, is push B, which I start off with dips. As you can see, I apply the same principles to this same exercise. I have the bench around 30 degrees, maybe 20 degrees, not really high for a normal incline, but this is what works for me. I make sure I control the weight down and up with good form, and I make sure I'm locking out every single rep. My basic goal is achieving muscular failure. As you can see in this clip, I'm going extremely hard and it's showing in my face and my form, and regardless of how tired I am, I always lift the weight with intent. I don't just use momentum. In this last set, I was doing two sets of incline bench press. The first set, I just went for I think 32 kilos for 12 reps. And in the second set, I went 30 kilos for 12 reps. And then I drop set it into these 20 kilos that you can see here. Same thing. I'm going till failure, making sure I lock out and making sure I stimulate the muscle enough. Next exercise we have is the Okay, so the next exercise is a fly variation. So the last two exercises were very hard and were very low reps. I normally in my compound movements like the bench press and incline press, I normally go for very low reps, between 5 to 10 reps, depending on the exercise. But obviously, we're training till failure, and I incorporate drop sets in order to engage the muscle even more. Um, However, for chest flies, I like to go for more reps than usual. So in this set, as you can see, I think it was 89 kilos. I went for 6 reps, solid reps, making sure I'm locking out every single time. I tried to go for slightly lighter weight, but I was too weak, so I decided to rest for 10 to 15 seconds in order to recover. And then I hit the set again. Surprisingly, this weight was also difficult. I think I strained myself too much in the other bench press exercises, but we roll, it is what it is. So as you can see, I'm training to extreme failure. I'm trying to minimize form breakdown, but when you lose your strength, it becomes more difficult. But we keep moving. I try to keep my elbows bent on the way down and straighten them on the way up, and that's how I deal with it. So I did 2 sets of chest flies, and then I moved on into this decline, or I don't know what to call this actually, but this is a chest fly, a different variation that targets the lower chest. The previous chest fly was more for the middle of the chest, while this is more for the lower chest. Always we're controlling that weight, making sure we're locking out and doing it slow and controlled. I like to apply Mike Menser. I'm not sure if you guys know the guy, but Mike Menser is a very, very famous bodybuilder back in the 90s who incorporated this one set to failure principle, where you do one set of an exercise but you train with really high intensity. As you can notice, my volume of the workouts, my volume is not a lot. It's maybe maximum 2 to 3 sets. I never go beyond that, or sometimes I even do only one set, like in this case with these flies. I'm only doing one set of this. So I'm a huge advocate for intensity over weight, or intensity over volume. I feel nowadays people, they're way too focused on the volume, so they'd rather do 4 sets of chest flies than 4 sets of bench press, and that's a whole lot of volume. And then they understand why aren't they getting any progress in the gym. The basic premise of what I'm trying to say is that if you don't force your muscles to grow, your muscles need need a stimulus high enough to grow. So if you're not pushing yourself to those limits, you're never gonna grow. As you can see from my face, I'm really giving it my all. I'm basically tricking my body into thinking it's in a life or death situation, and that's how I deal with the workout, and that's how my muscles respond. Because it thinks that it's in a life or death situation, it is forced to grow, and as a result I get bigger. This is almost the end of the workout, so this is the end of the chest workout. I decided at the end to do some triceps. It's always good to do some triceps at the end. And that's really about it for my push A. As I was saying, I finish off with triceps, making sure to lock out. Form overweight any day. I'd rather do a 5 kilo bench press compared to a 10 kilo bench press if I know that my form is going to be good and legit. There's no point going to the gym and just throwing weight around hoping for results, because that's just not going to get you results, unfortunately. You gotta have that form at the back of your mind every time you're doing the exercise in order to grow. So this is how I like to describe it. So imagine you're at a gym and you want to build muscle and get stronger. Mike Menser had a good, cool way of doing this. Instead of spending hours and hours working out, he said, let's get the most of our time in the gym. So he started off with short and sweet workouts. Menser believed in having shorter workouts, but they had to be super intense. Instead of doing tons of exercises for a long time, he'd focus on just a few and really push himself hard. Just make sure you're working your muscle to the max. Go hard or go home. In Menser's world, you'd exercise until your muscles couldn't do another rep. This is called muscular failure. It's like doing push-ups until you can't push up anymore. The kind of intensity helps your muscle grow stronger and faster. Basically, what I was talking about, training to failure, that's what I mean. Then raise the bar. To keep getting stronger, he said you should slowly increase the weight you're lifting, so progressive overload. If you're bench pressing 50 pounds today or 50 kilos today, aim for 55 kilos or 55 pounds next time. This way you're always challenging yourself. That's also another one of the things I wanted to talk about, is how between workouts I like to increase the weight slightly, either increase the weight or increase the reps, in order to ensure that I'm progressing week to week. There's no point doing the same weight for months on end expecting different results. It's just not going to work out like that. You have to force your muscles to grow and to have that intensity so that they grow. Rest is important. Lastly, Mike Menser, he knew that your body needs time to recover, so you shouldn't work out the same muscles too often. Think of it like giving your muscles a chance to repair and grow stronger between workouts. In a nutshell, Mike Menser's training style is about working smarter, not longer. Short, intense workouts, pushing yourself to the limit, and gradually lifting heavier weight, and giving your body the rest it needs to become stronger. It's like a shortcut to building muscle and getting fit. Basically, it is important to train hard in the gym, really important to train with intensity, but there's no point going every single day and trying to train like that. You're just gonna burn yourself out. You need, most of your muscular growth happens when you are resting. You beat your muscles down, you create micro tears in your muscle, and then once you're done and you go back home and you rest, that's when the muscles are like, okay, now we need to get stronger, we need to get bigger. So they send stimulus to your muscles and they eventually get bigger as a result. So rest is really, really important. Is the end of the video. If you guys did enjoy the video, please leave a like down below and please comment. And if you did find the content entertaining, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'd really appreciate it. And until next time. Also, if you need any other videos, please let me know down in the comments below, and I'll probably try to get to it in my own time. This is still new to me, so expect uploads not to be very regular, so it's gonna take some time to get used to, but we'll get there eventually.